The rocks will cry out. The rocks will cry out.
So this is the big one that, I guess it affects all, but what about parenting? How does this all influence that?
I think from a parenting standpoint, people are very fearful that they may repeat their experiences. I know that was a big one for me. I was nervous. Matter of fact, I didn't want to have kids because I thought that I would be like the environment that I came up in, or like, some of the parenting that I received from my mother's side, the feeling of abandonment. Unfortunately, just my mother was there. I love my mother. She was around, but she just wasn't my ultimate caretaker. And that's what I probably would have preferred. My grandmother was my ultimate caretaker. So I felt abandoned because I always wondered if my mother knew I was going through chaos and different things, what was going on. Like why wasn't she there for me? Why wasn't she like sort of rescue me from that situation? And then on the paternal side, just the abuse and the harshness that came from that side, it was just like I did not want to repeat being a harsh man to my kids, or having a situation where I wasn't the ultimate caretaker for my kids. And again, it was just that where I didn't bring my thoughts into captivity, because I was allowing my thought patterns and my thought life to create a situation that wasn't realistic. I was going to be my own person. My wife and I would be our own set of parents, and based on our the skill set that we had or we developed for ourselves, and then having a relationship with God, we were going to be different. But the thought process wasn't aligned for that. So from parenting, some people have fear of repeating the experiences. And then on the opposite extreme, some people, because of all the stuff they went through, they give their children everything, right? We want to move all the obstacles out of their way. That's where you get the helicopter parenting, or you get the people that are just so infatuated with their children, or so overwhelmed with their children, or they just love them so much. Sometimes it's just love, but it's not a healthy form of love. It's sometimes we overdo it a little bit. So the pendulum swings all the way to the other extreme, and we do everything for them, and we move everything out of their way, and we take care of everything for them, and then they're operating at a deficit. So you have that other extreme, and then just again that fear of becoming like your parents. You can get stuck in that fear, and just find yourself acting erratically or having a different behavior simply because you of what you went through with your own parents.